He lets it fall out of his hand.
Let this old man know I'm ready. It don't make no damn sense how shitty this team is. Why the fuck does a guard need speed? What you doing, little lady? All right, peace out. Alrighty.
Testing, testing. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Roses are red, violets are blue.
Oh,
Cancer is a
shit.
bitch, but I ball like Caillou.
Not Caillou.
Yes, sir. Alright. Sounds good to me.
All blue for Nip.
Alright. Rams, excuse me, got the Snoop Dogg Crip blues that he wore in the Super Bowl. Very nice.
Only right.
I know it's quite a phenomenon that Crip walking made its way into Super Bowl halftime show lore. I was really happy when I saw him do that.
Finally, the transition to the culture we've been waiting for.
It's like it's gone mainstream.
And dog, I forgot what team I was watching. It had to be the Dodgers and Angels game. Fucking Jack in the Box has a munchie box now. I was like, dog. I was like, now Weezy made its way out here like that since it got legalized. This shit crazy.
Jack in the Box has always been a pioneer in the fast food industry. They had 24/7 breakfast in like the 2000s. I'd go down to like Charlotte, have French toast sticks at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Thought I was a badass. Makes sense. They're the first one to jump onto that train. So it looks like we have the Saints going with the Archie Manning jerseys. I really like those. Not too often you see a Saints throwback uni.
He going all black, I'm in all blue. Let's see what this look like.
All right, this is going to get ugly. Black and blue, just like the old school games. It looks like he's got his settings set up, and looks like we're about to get underway here, folks. So, live from Inglewood, California, it is the first of 6 wildcard games this weekend. Welcome to SoFi Stadium. I'm Thomas Jones IV. This is New Orleans, LA, about to kick off here from SoFi. This is the 3-6 matchup in the NFC. Rams went 13-4, won the NFC West, and for the Saints, record of 11-5-1. Coaches on both sides. For the Saints, it's Vad the GOAT, and on the Rams sideline, we got Coach Papa Lon looking to get his first 4th-and-go championship. Toss has been decided. Rams will get the ball first as the Saints send it away. Rams in the all-blue jerseys this afternoon as the roof is closed here in SoFi. And the ball will go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So this is the first drive today for Matt Stafford and this Rams offense. It was a historic season for Stafford. His first 5,000-yard season since way back in 2009 when he had a guy named Calvin Johnson. This year it was Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the majority of those throws. 100 receptions, over 2,000 yards, and 29 touchdowns for Cooper Kupp. So if you're the Saints today, that's the man that you're going to have to find a way to slow down. First play from scrimmage, it's Cam Akers. He cuts it back, finds a running lane, and will pick up 6 on the opening carry. Cam Akers had a really tough season in 2022 after the great rookie campaign. And in this 2023 season, he's really shown that he could be a future back here in LA. But again, you never know. A lot of movement in the offseason. But for the moment, Akers was just 32 yards shy of 1,000 yards rushing in the season. Now after a pickup of 6 on first down, second down, they'll go right back to Akers, and he will power for a first down. Nice show of upper body strength that time from Akers as he was taken down by the New Orleans Saints leading tackler, Pete Werner. And on the defensive side for New Orleans, again, big guys that have been around for a bit on this defense, of course, led by Cam Jordan. Another great campaign for the defensive end. He had 12 sacks and a forced fumble. We just mentioned Pete Werner, and then in the back end, the young corner out of Tennessee, Alontae Taylor, led all Saint defenders with 9 interceptions in the regular season. So it'll be a fun matchup to see how he does on Cooper Kupp today. 1st and 10, Stafford's first drop back of the afternoon. He'll dump it down, so it's the Cam Akers show. First 3 plays as he dishevels a defender. I believe that was Marcus May. He was thrown aside before being taken down by a couple of New Orleans Saints at the 39-yard line. Cam Akers now responsible for all 14 of the yards from scrimmage to this point, a couple of carries and now a reception out of the backfield. So showing his worth in both aspects. Akers in the regular season did have 3 touchdowns through the air. And for New Orleans, again, this is a rematch from Week 11. Saints won in New Orleans 33-22 over these LA Rams, where they were able to intercept Matt Stafford 3 times. Adjustment at the line of scrimmage here. Play clock down to 2. Snap off in time. Here comes pressure. It's picked up, and look who is wide open past midfield. Past the 40, Cooper Kupp taken down after a big pickup of 18 yards. Make that 20 yards, and another Rams first down. First reception today for the highly sought-after candidate and highly sought-after in the trade block receiver, Cooper Kupp. Here's Cam Akers inside zone. Cuts it back and finds another nice lane, picking up 8 more yards. As this team won a Super Bowl back in 2022. But since then, the offensive line looks a lot different. So far today, they're doing their job. They're pushing that Saints front 4 back, and we haven't heard too much of the 2 superstars in the middle there. That brings up second down. Stafford again to throw, looking to the right sideline, and it is knocked away incomplete. And I believe Van Jefferson was the intended target on that one. Great coverage there for Marcus May to dislodge the football and force the incompletion. It now brings up the first 3rd down of the afternoon. Wild card weekend here. We're over halfway through the first quarter here from SoFi Stadium. 3rd down. We have a change of heart here for Matt Stafford. Whatever play they had before, they're going to go with something else here. And two-man rush, it looks like, picked up, and the throw is caught by Cooper Kupp. First down, gain of 24. A lot to say about the defense on that play. I think I saw 3-3-5. I think we only saw two people rush the quarterback there. A couple of rules getting broken already here in the wild card round, but what else is new with 4th and go? Goal line opportunity here for LA at the 9-yard line as number 9 comes out of the huddle for the Rams. Here comes pressure, picked up well, end zone shot, it's picked, intercepted by Marcus Lattimore, and he is taken down at the 7-yard line. Costly interception to begin the wild card play here as the Saints turn over the Rams and will take over deep in their own territory. Stafford was looking for Higbee there, and it just was not available from the word go. As you see, Lattimore was all over. It was Harris, the intended target. And Derek Carr, first drive of the game, will begin inside his own 10-yard line. 3 tight ends set for New Orleans. They're going to hand it off to Alvin Kamara, and he runs into the last person you want to see on this Rams defense, number 99, Big Aaron Donald, who, after this playoff run, will take his talents to the Steel City of Pittsburgh. As we saw today in the trade submittal chat, the Rams and Steelers were able to agree to terms on a trade sending Aaron Donald to Pittsburgh for exchange of some picks, as well as a couple of talented players from the Steelers, notably Deontay Johnson coming back to LA. This pass is complete. That's the tight end out of the University of Oregon, Juwan Johnson, for a pickup of 5, and it will set up 3rd and short for New Orleans. Derek Carr in his first season here down in the friendly confines of New Orleans, Louisiana, came over from Las Vegas in the past offseason, signed that big 4-year, $160 million deal. And this is why you sign him. As he turns the ball over, I don't even know what play call we just saw. Brown is going to waltz into the end zone for a Rams touchdown as both teams exchange turnovers to begin this game. Let's get a replay on that. I don't know what I just saw. Was that a shovel pass, possibly? There were 3 Ram defenders right in the face of Derek Carr. I just head-scratching call there from New Orleans. It's 7-0 here with 1:12 to go in the first. So if you're Derek Carr, you're going to have to put your chin strap back on and get this offense under control. That last play, really a demoralizing one after your defense was able to turn over the Rams on their opening drive. So, take 2 here for New Orleans at their own 25-yard line. And I was going to mention Derek Carr coming into this game, finished a pretty respectable season overall, had over 4,000 yards passing, 34 touchdowns. Did have a ton of interceptions to go with it, though. Jameis Winston-like season, he had a 30-30 campaign. So, Derek Carr will start from the 25 here from the gun. Outside carry, it's Alvin Kamara, sheds the first tackle, but cannot get away from the second wave, led by Aaron Donald. Also in on that play was Hand, but again, former Pittsburgh Panther, showing the all-pro talent that he possesses there, getting through a double team to make that tackle after a gain of 1. Carr to throw on 2nd down. Steps up in the pocket, will look for Kamara, but it's too far away, incomplete, and now a 3rd and long upcoming for the Saints. And just to make sure, we saw in the flagship chat, Moon has just posted all of the award recipients for the NFC, best quarterback, best D-line, defensive player of the year, both going to Aiden Hutchinson, quarterback and MVP, and looking like Hendon Hooker. Here is the 3rd down and 9, and down goes Derek Carr. Blitz from the outside from Brian Young, and the Rams defense will force a 3-and-out after the fumble 6. So right now Rams up 7-0 here in the wild card round, first of 6 games to be played in this wild card weekend. Here's the return from Evans, the spell running back, and he will make his way to the 37 as we hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 LA over the Saints after 1 here from SoFi Stadium, Inglewood, California. Beautiful place if you've ever been to Los Angeles or Inglewood specifically. Get a lot of lively activities that you can get into here. Again, those of you that know, GTA is basically based off of San Andreas, Inglewood, that whole Los Angeles area. The most recent game, of course. 1st and 10 for Stafford from the 37-yard line. Cooper Kupp, the only receiver on the field for LA. And the direction that Stafford goes is to his right sideline. That is the number 3 tight end, Hunter Long. And he gets a massive gain to the 34-yard line of New Orleans. So the first play of the second quarter, Matt Stafford dials up a deep pass, a 29-yard pickup between number 9 and number 87, Hunter Long. So already in Saints territory after just one play. Stafford again from the shotgun here. Play clock down to 3. Stafford looking middle. He finds the open target. That's Jefferson. First down inside the 20 and down to the 19-yard line. Actually, the ball will be respotted at the 20. Saints defense is beginning to reel on this drive after giving up plays of 29 and now 14. And it has quickly become a red zone visit for the LA Rams. 3-by-1 set. Stafford setting up a screen, and he throws it off the back of the offensive lineman's helmet. It's like Joe Noteboom got away on that one.
And he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from
Second down from the 20. And as you see the Saints trying to stop the bleeding here, down by 7. Again, that's touchdown was scored on the defensive end by Brown on the fumble 6 after this is, again, you have to see the play to understand why I don't understand the play, but Stafford looking end zone for Higbee. He's picked again. This time it's the Honey Badger playing for his hometown team. Cuts course at the 30 in a foot race with the O-lineman and Stafford. He gets away. Only Jefferson can catch him now. 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. My goodness, what a return from Matthew. And the Saints are an extra point away from knotting it up at 7. 3 turnovers to start this game, and defense has been the name of the day as the extra point is good. Wow, 2 end zone interceptions by the New Orleans Saints, and this one, Tyrann Mathieu takes the distance, and just like that, we're back even. So now the Rams will get the ball. Both teams have now given up defensive touchdowns. And for Matt Stafford, 5 interceptions against this New Orleans Saints team in this season. Again, threw 3 of them back in Week 11, has thrown 2 in this first half. Gilligan on the kickoff here. It'll be Evans, about 8 yards deep into his own end zone, decides to take it out. See if this is a good choice or not, as Evans will make it just to the 20-yard line. So, again, as Brandon Gaudin loves to say, if you stayed in the end zone there, you would have picked up 5 yards. So instead, it'll be at the 20 for the Saints defense after getting the pick 6. Now let's see if the Rams can respond on the offensive end. You see the stats so far. New Orleans has not passed for a single yard. As a matter of fact, they're in the negative after that sack on their last possession. The Rams have thrown for 91 yards here in the first half. Stafford looking right. He has a man. It's Jefferson, who almost gets away from trouble. Taken down by May, just shy of the first down marker. So good response there from Matt Stafford after the interception. Comes right back with a play-action pass. Akers in the backfield here on second down. He'll get the give up the middle. First down and more to the 45. He tries to cut away but cannot escape the grasp of Demario Davis, but does have enough for a Rams first. Great holes created there by the center and right guard. As you see, Cam Akers had a canal to run through. Same formation here for LA. Again, Stafford will be under center. Cam Jordan lined up over the right tackle. That'll be an interesting matchup to watch, as this is a bootleg. Quick throw, complete. Jefferson. He's been busy on this drive. Second reception on this possession, and another Rams first down. Under 3.5 to play here from SoFi. We are tied at 7. Those of you just joining us, both teams scoring on the defensive end, as the Rams most recently threw a pick 6 to the Honey Badger. Handoff by Akers, and my goodness, just what an atrocious animation from Madden. The user was the D-tackle there, and he dove at the start of the snap to get under the offensive lineman, and that is what tripped up Cam Akers, who never got anything going on that play. Picked up a yard, and again, if you're Coach Lon, you can't be too happy about that animation. Here's second down from the 48-yard line of New Orleans. Rams have had no trouble moving the ball. It's been when they get inside the 20s where the troubles begin, as this throw is picked. Oh my goodness, Stafford staring down his target there, and Demario Davis with interception number 3 on this New Orleans Saints defense. Maybe it's the playoff butterflies here for LA, but Matt Stafford has not brought his A-game this afternoon. Saints take over at their own 25. It will be Derek Carr now over the middle. He finds his number 1 target, Michael Thomas. First reception today for the former Buckeye as he approaches the midfield stripe. Pickup of 25 on that one, as the Saints now trying to take the lead for the first time. 2-minute warning here from SoFi Stadium. 7-7 our score. New Orleans fresh off that 25-yard pass completion from Derek Carr to Michael Thomas. They now try to get their first play from the LA side of the field. Hand off, and they won't get it as you see Kamara get away, and he's got to get to midfield to get it back to the line of scrimmage, and he does just that, although the ball has now been moved back maybe a shade to the 49. However, what a Herculean effort by Kamara to, 1, shrug off the tackle of Aaron Donald, but 2, to get back to the line of scrimmage there and avoid disaster. Right formation, second down. Blitz is picked up. Carr looking to the right, and it's a beauty. Picked up to the 30-yard line. Johnson, the tight end, with his second reception today. And now the Saints have their first possession that crosses midfield. And that first drive they had to, well, actually the first drive they fumbled, lost the possession of the football, touchdown, and then the second drive went 3 and out. So much more promising drive this time for New Orleans. Here comes pressure from the edge. Carr holds, and incomplete. Was looking for Johnson once more. As you see the double defensive back blitz there from the Rams, trying to set some pressure up and force an incompletion or an interception. So we did just see the incomplete pass there on first down. 65 seconds left in the first half here. New Orleans trying to take a lead in a defensive-oriented football game. Fade route for Traquan. He wins the jump ball, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. There was a cover 0 look there from the Rams, and Carr diagnosed it. And if I remember correctly, in their regular season matchup, I believe Traquan Smith was the recipient of one of the best passes I've seen all season. Derek Carr lofted one of those beautiful lob passes into the left sideline, back of the end zone, and Traquan Smith got the feet down for, I believe it was a 54-yard touchdown. So now the Rams trailing for the first time this afternoon in the wild card round. Evans only gets to the 19-yard line. LA does possess all 3 of their timeouts here. They're going to have to see if they can get something going quickly as they received the opening kickoff. So New Orleans will get the first possession of the second half. From the shotgun is Matt Stafford. Play action. Only a 3-man rush from New Orleans. Stafford looking deep. He's got a man, and he just misses him. Oh, my goodness. I'm actually going to blame the receiver on that one. The throw, I think, was perfect. The receiver, if you noticed, he stopped for ever so slightly of a second when that ball was being thrown. And in football, those seconds are the difference between an incompletion and a tying touchdown. So, missed opportunity for LA on first down. 49 seconds now remaining in the half. And for the Saints, they've done a great job limiting Cooper Kupp's targets. I think he only has 2 receptions in this game. Stafford, as you see, Cooper's double teamed, had to hold it and will throw it away as the pressure was honing in on him. Quickly third down, clock stops, and for the Saints, they have an opportunity here if they can get off the field. Get the ball back with a chance to add on to their lead here. They have all 3 of their timeouts. As you see, Demario Davis now has his X Factor activated. 3rd and 10. Saints trying to get off the field. Rams need to get to the 31. Stafford across the middle, and it is incomplete as Cooper Kupp needs a clothesline from Demario Davis. What a play there, as maybe that is his X Factor ability to break up passes, as he did so perfectly on that play. Big 3-and-out forced by the Saints. They don't even have to call a timeout as they force the 3 incompletions. And we'll get great field position as Olave loses the football. I don't know if he was down, but the Rams have it for the moment. Rose Boom running out of gas at the 10. The 5 will score for now. Now let's check to see if Olave's knee was down. This is a huge moment in the wild card football game. Waiting on the play call here. This has gone to Booth Review, and here we go. And it has been overturned. Olave was found to be down, and the points will come off the board in what would have been just a miraculous touchdown from the LA Rams. So now Saints up 7, 30 seconds to go in the half, have all of their timeouts, and get the ball to start the second half. This is a beautiful situation if you're a New Orleans Saints fan, as the run was stymied there at the 25. At the 45, timeout called by New Orleans. Rams started this game out so well, up 7-0 off the fumble 6, but since then, 2 interceptions on top of the one that Stafford already threw, one of those being a pick 6 by Tyrann Mathieu, and then for New Orleans got their second touchdown of the game from a pass from Derek Carr to Tre'Quan Smith. Empty set here on second down. Carr stepping up, looking deep down the left side, and he is picked. Kobe Durant with his team-leading 9th interception of the season, and a huge turnover for the LA Rams. Now 20 seconds remaining. I'm a little surprised to see the formation that the Rams are in. Playing with fire here, as Stafford has already turned the ball over 3 times. Play clock now down to 15 seconds as the Rams are cycling through their decisions. Play clock now down to 9. Here's the snap. Stafford from his own end zone. Holding, fires. It will be a check down to Cam Akers, and he'll be taken down for a gain of 7, and that should take us to the end of the first half. Now the coach looking to call a timeout. Their headsets have come off, and that will be it for the first half from SoFi. 14-7 our score. The visiting New Orleans Saints on top of the Rams as we head to half number 2. Those of you just joining us, Rams scored the first touchdown of the game on a fumble 6. Saints answered with a pick 6, and then a 37-yard touchdown pass from Derek Carr to Tre'Quan Smith led us to this 14-7 score. He was done on the kick, and Rashid Shaheed will take it out. Okay, it was a late decision, and here we go. Start of the second half. He jukes away from one defender, but will run into a couple more Rams tacklers, and they will dispel him at the 18-yard line. Derek Carr, second half drive, the opening possession of this half, looking to add on to the lead, and for the Saints, trying to replicate what they did back in Week 11 when they won by 11. And so far, it's been the same narrative. The Saints defense has forced 3 interceptions of Matt Stafford. He's now thrown 6 interceptions in the 2 games against this Saints team, as that throw, or just a bit outside, as they like to say in the White Sox broadcasts. Pass a little bit to the right there, and a big miss there for Derek Carr. Those are the types of throws that you would love to have back. You were able to fool the Rams on the play action. You had your target, but you just couldn't make the right throw. And it'll now be second down. Motion to Olave. He will get the jet touch. And he cuts the outside. He's got a first down. Cuts again and gets away from another defender before picking up 5 additional yards. Taken down at the 33-yard line. That'll be a reception of 15 yards for Chris Olave, who was a highly touted prospect out of the University of Ohio State. Now playing with the New Orleans Saints here, 1st and 10. Kamara gets away from one, still on his feet, but then brought down by Hummel. Almost dragged down, if you will, after a gain of 6. Kamara been held in check thus far. And again, with the lead, that's something that you want to do as the New Orleans Saints offensive coordinators. Continue to show that balance between run and pass. 2nd and 4. Blitz is picked up, and now Carr has to throw over the middle, and it is caught right in the hands of Olave, who was sprawling for that football. And a disheveled Jake Hummel there. He was the one that had the chance on the interception, but didn't step towards the pass. Instead, he let the ball come to him, and Olave was able to sneak in there for the reception. Play action, Carr rolling to his right. Looking, and finds a target, but cannot get the feet in bounds. That was Olave again. And for the Saints, they're trying to push the football a little bit further down the field here, catching these Rams on those cover zero looks. Second down. Again, play action. And we'll dump it down to Kamara, who has to make a wonderful pirouette catch to gain 3 yards to the LA 48. And this drive began back at the Saints, I think 18-yard line, and has now worked its way across midfield into Rams territory.
Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
3-by-1 set here on third down. The Saints need to get to the 30, check at the 42-yard line for a first down. And they will try to throw a comeback route, but it is not near the intended target of Michael Thomas. And the Rams are able to get the 3 and out they so desperately needed, as the Saints drive will sputter here at the 48. So here's Shane Gillikin. He will try to work the coffin corner, and it's a beauty inside the 5, where Evans will make the fair catch at the 6-yard line. So for the Saints, that's the silver lining of that last drive. You were able to flip field position and now push the Rams back inside their own 10-yard line. And again, for Matt Stafford in the halftime locker room, I'm sure the coaching staff just ushered to him, "We know who you are. Continue to make good decisions here, and we can get right back into this game," as Cam Akers breaks away and almost got a miraculous animation. Instead, will just gain a yard. As those are one of the most frustrating animations as a defensive player you see, is when you have 4 or 5 of your defensive guys right there to make a tackle, but only one is engaged in an animation, which spins him away from everyone else. So Stafford here on second down. Will try his hand on the play action, looking for Kupp, and that's a dime right in the hands of Cooper. Inside the 40, and he lays a stiff arm. My goodness, what a play for number 10. And Kupp is inside the 40-yard line. Couldn't leave him bottled up forever, as he has his special ability to run routes, but that throw from Matt Stafford was the best one of the day. Now inside the the Saints 37, as Akers cannot get away from the D end there from New Orleans. Great tackle made by Isaiah Foskey, and that'll be a TFL for the rookie out of Clemson. And second down, Rams will show 2 tight end set. Off the play action, Stafford dumps down, dangerous throw. It is caught by Higbee. There was a roaming defensive back there on that cover 6 look. Almost had interception number 4. And again, this has been the part of the field where Matt Stafford has really struggled. Plus territory, he's thrown 2 of his 3 interceptions inside the 30-yard line. And again, 2 of them in the end zone, just to be more specific as to where those struggles begin. As you get deeper into the field and closer to the end zone, of course, those windows get tighter, but someone of the likes of Matt Stafford coming off the season he did, you'd expect him to be more astute in that area. Stafford looking to the end zone. He's got a wide open touchdown. It is Tutu Atwell. That's the Matt Stafford that these Rams fans paid to see, as he dissects his own defense, and we're an extra point away from being tied once again. That's Atwell's first reception of the game, and it'll go for the 37-yard touchdown reception. Extra point by Dunn splits those uprights, and we are knotted up at 14. 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and the 3-6 matchup of the NFC. Saints-Rams deadlocked here at 14, as New Orleans, it is their serve here from the 25-yard line. Last drive for the Saints. The guy were able to get into Rams territory at the 48-yard line, but the drive stalled out there, and we just watched the Rams go on a 94-yard drive to tie this game. So momentum right now, as you see on the top of your screen, have 2 of those momentum abilities unlocked. Of course, the home field advantage as well as lockdown. So right now, Derek Carr needs to be careful. As you see, the Rams secondary has that coverage boost for the moment. Will be the backup Williams, and he's got a big lane to run through as he gets to the 19. He gains the 9 yards there. Jamal Williams, who had a outstanding season with Detroit back in 2022. We're in the 23 season, as he's the spell to Alvin Kamara. He'll get the carry again, first down and more, as you often see at times. The run fits when the backups in the game always seem to be better than the starter because teams aren't necessarily anticipating the run. As you see Jamal Williams able to get first down yardage, and that could very well be the final play of the third quarter. Saints do break the huddle here with 11 seconds. We'll see if they get the play off in time. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. And Saints do play action here. And Carr was going to regret it. He's going down. That is Brown. His first sack today, also has the fumble recovery touchdown. And we now hit the final quarter here from SoFi Stadium. Live from Inglewood, California, Rams and Saints knotted up at 14. Winner will move on to the divisional round. At this moment, we do not know who they will play, as we still have 2 more NFC wildcard games to be played. And Giants and Commanders, Commanders, Lions, and then Giants and Cowboys. Here is a deep throw for Thomas, and it is intercepted. Durant's second of the day. He's got blockers to midfield, to the 30. He's still going, and the Rams will match the Saints with their own pick six. Second defensive touchdown today, and the Rams take the lead on the first play of the fourth quarter. It has been a turnover-infused ball game as the extra point avoids the willing arms of Isaac Yiadom. It was a near block, but the extra point is good. Return there of 67 yards for Kobe Durant. Now has 10 interceptions on the campaign, and the Saints now find themselves down by 7. What a seesaw game we've been thrilled to watch, as Shaheed taken down at the 23. So now the pressure tightens after that errant throw from Derek Carr. That was his second interception today. Both have gone to Kobe Durant. And for the Saints, you're now trailing by 7. You're going to have to get some positive momentum here. Not a lot of time left. 6:43 to go. So at this point, I believe that every down is going to be a 4th down and more. You've got to get those 10 yards as quickly as you can. It'll be Kamara breaking a tackle, but can't find much more running room. And as you see, he's been held to just 12 yards on 6 carries. Rams have done a nice job at stymieing the Saints' rushing attack. And again, Kamara has run for over 1,100 yards on the season, has almost 1,600 total yards from scrimmage. As the lob throw is incomplete. Now Derek Carr seemed to lost all of his confidence. Take a look at his stat line today. 7 of 15, 107 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. So after the incompletion, it will be 3rd down with exactly 6 to play here in the fourth quarter. Carr against 3-man rush. Time. Looking at double coverage. He's picked again. Hodge Tomlinson this time the recipient, and the Rams will take over in plus territory. Costly INT from Derek Carr, who after a regular season of throwing for 34 touchdowns has imploded here in this wild card round. Motion man is Hunter Long on the first down give to Akers, who breaks away from 1 tackle before taken down at the 29 by Lattimore. Marshawn Lattimore, who has an interception earlier this game with his first tackle. And for the Saints, you're going to need something magical here, a turnover of any sort. Cannot give up points here after already being down by 7. As this throw is to Akers, he gets away from the first tackler and is taken down at the 20 after a couple of shifty moves. And then first down for LA. Rams fans rejoice after that reception. Another one of those throws where you're holding your breath as Matt Stafford gets rid of it, but Akers able to do a couple of great runs after the catch and picks up an LA first down. Zach Evans in motion, and he'll take the swing pass here. He's got set up nicely. 1 man to beat. It's Honey Badger, and he takes the people's elbow at the 10-yard line, and inside the 5 goes Zachary Evans. Former TCU Horned Frog there with his highlight reel play of the day. Let's take a look at that stiff arm one more time. As you see, he jukes into it and then eventually says, get off me. Picks up the 10 yards after that. And the Rams are working something here. Inside the 5. 4.5 to play. Stafford again sending a guy in motion. That's going to be Harris. And the ball will go to Akers on the toss, and he's inside the 2 and taken down at that spot by Davis. Little trickeration that time from LA. A little touch pass after the fake motion in the opposite direction, trying to force the defense to sway one way while the play goes the other. Picks up 3. Clock, of course, still running here as we're now under 4 minutes to go. Saints running out of time. Akers on the trap play. Runs right into the willing arms of Tyrann Mathieu, who gets some retribution after the stiff arm on a couple of plays before. Now sets up 3rd down. Always interested to see what the defense comes with, what the defense calls in these 3rd and short situations, because if you're the offense, you don't have to pass the ball here. You can run it, get it, a couple yards, kick the field goal, take the 2-possession lead, or, try to throw the ball, catch the defense guessing. As the play clock hit double zeros here, so that'll back up the Rams to the 7. So the yardage that Cam Akers got on 1st and goal has now been negated on a 3rd and goal delay of game.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Hopkins and Higbee, the tight ends here on 3rd and goal. Stafford rolling to his right, nothing available, and he throws a dangerous pass. It's caught inbounds by Hopkins. And if you're the Saints, I'm curious if you're going to call a timeout here. You don't have to necessarily, but you're going to have to block this field goal. With 2:15 to play, being down by 10 might be too tall of a task past Derek Carr to get 2 quick touchdowns. So here's the kick from Dunn, and it is right down the middle. Rams extend their lead and may have put this one out of reach from the Rams. And barring a miracle, Saints down by 10 here with 2:07 to play. They are going to get the ball here as Shaheed from the back of the end zone will try to take it out and work the magic here. He's got blocks, and then we'll run into a tackler at the 21. So there was a brief moment where Shaheed had running lane, but then that quickly dissipated. And now the Saints will have to go 79 yards, kicking an onside kick, get the ball back, and then score again. They want to win this game. Then Rams are going to back up here, make everything play in front of them. As the first throw, never mind, I take it back. Johnson gets behind the defense, and there he goes. 15, 10, 5. Are you kidding me? Touchdown. Oh, my word. If you are the Rams, how do you let that happen? Juwan Johnson sneaks behind everybody. And that miracle I mentioned may have just unfolded before our very eyes. 9 seconds, they go 79 yards. And with all 3 of your timeouts, you don't have to onside kick it here. You can kick it away, try to force a 3 and out, get the ball back. Holy guacamole. So Evans will take the pooch kick. That's the 15. Up to the 30. And he's got running room. He's taken down from behind at the 43, and he almost took it back for a touchdown. Ooh, we've seen explosive plays galore this afternoon. SoFi has been witness to quite a wild card game. 24-21 now. Rams need 2 first downs to put this one on ice, and if you're the Saints, a turnover or a 3 and out is what you're looking for. And the Rams will be aggressive. They'll go for a deep pass to Kupp, and he's got him for the first down at the 27. We've seen 2 spectacular throws to Cooper Kupp, and none bigger time than right now with 1:15 to go. Saints are not going to call a timeout here. Let the clock go down to, let's see, it'll be about 1 minute and 2 seconds for the ball snapped. Again, play action. Rams going aggressive with it. And he's going to go sideline again. He's got Higbee, and he falls down inbounds at the 7. And that just might do it. So most people will be expecting a run there. The Rams are going to go play action both times to pick up chunk plays. And now it's the 1st and goal situation. Based on how it's set up, the Rams cannot run the clock out. The Saints can't call a timeout. So it's touchdown or bust here if you are LA. Touchdown put the game out of control. Now here's the handoff with 1 second. Cam Akers up the middle. He's taken down at the 6. Only 14 seconds remain, however, for the Saints. So, although they can theoretically get the ball back, I'm just not sure if they'll even have enough time to do anything with it. So at this point here, expect the Rams to stay on the ground. If they throw the ball here, that is just that's some ballsy stuff right there, Sean Payton-esque. But again, with the amount of time left, I don't see why you would. There's a handoff for Akers, and again, he'll run right into Demario Davis. Timeout called. 11 seconds now remaining. So again, with the quick math here, it'll probably be about 6 seconds left, and you kick the field goal, make it a 6-point game. That takes another 2 seconds off. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to take the kickoff back, I'm thinking, if you're the Saints here. Only chance you're going to have. Again, barring a miracle here of a fumble, but that's really the only other scenario here if you're a Saints fan that you could walk out of this building with a W. Handoff. Akers. Tackled down at the 3. Timeout called with 7 seconds left. And there is always the option, if you're the Rams, of going for it here, because then you make the Saints have to go the length of the field to get the field goal, as opposed to kicking the field goal, giving them the opportunity to win with the touchdown. And that appears to be what the Rams are thinking, is they're going to go for it here on 4th down. And it's Akers once more. He's going to walk in for the icing on the cake touchdown. With, I believe, 5 seconds left in the game. Rams put it out of reach and will be moving on to the second round, divisional round, where they have an opportunity to either host the winner of the 4-5 game, or they will travel to take on the second-seeded New York Giants. Now, of course, that's if the Giants beat the Cowboys. So, first of 6 games did not disappoint here from Wild Card Weekend. Rams get revenge on their Week 11 falter to the Saints as they win this one by a final score. We have one more play, so could be final score 31-21. It could be something else if the Saints are able to get another one of those deep touchdowns that we saw about a minute and a half ago. So it was a 10-point game. I felt like the game was out of reach. The Saints made it more than interesting, but when it mattered most, Matt Stafford came up with 2 of his best passes of the day, as this ball will be knocked away for an incomplete pass, and that's it. Final score here from LA, 31-21. Rams will move on to the divisional round. Saints end their season at 11-5-1. And that'll do it here from SoFi Stadium. I'm Thomas Jones IV, wishing you all a wonderful Thursday afternoon. Those of you NBA fans, check out the draft tonight. We got 5 more wild card games spread across today and tomorrow. 2 more in the NFC, 3 more in the AFC.
My goodness.
So let's bring in Coach Lon here for the post-game interview. Lon, of course, after that touchdown scored by Juwan Johnson, minute, I believe, 46 seconds left in the game. What were you telling your offense there to ice this one up?
Finish this shit. We completely blew it on one damn play before the 2-minute warning. We did what we wanted to do. Then we had a fucking coverage breakdown, and we just can't have that at this point in the season. So it was go out. You know, it's expect and run. We were going 2 play actions. We seen Cooper beat his dude. We knew that was money. Higbee got slipped behind his defender for a long game. Just made sure he fell in bounds. Same old typical game plan. Be aggressive Rams.
Mentioning Cooper Kupp there, it looked like in the first half the connection between Stafford and Kupp wasn't there, but in the second half, a couple of beautiful plays. Of course, starting that third quarter, Stafford had that 34-yard pass, and of course the one you just mentioned to put the Rams in position to win the game.
I mean, the man's the best receiver in the league. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We see Jameson Williams right there, number 2, but we know there was an asterisk game in there. Cooper hasn't had any asterisk games. He's just really like that. Matt, we have all the trust in. You know, he made some aggressive throws in the first one. There were some head scratchers. His first interception, my wide receiver didn't give him the best route he could have on the post, and so Marshawn did what a great cornerback would do, and snatched that. The second one, Matt just didn't make the throw and stuff that we needed in. But we got all the trust and faith in Matt. Actually, 70% completion percentage for the year, 5,200 yards. Couldn't ask for more.
Last question, Coach Slon. So, any opponent that you're looking forward to in that divisional round, it could either be the winner of the 4-5 game between Washington and Detroit or the New York Giants.
I'm smoking any of them. I don't care. We don't duck shit this way.
All right. Thank you for your time, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Appreciate it. Peace out, GOAT.
Yes, sir. And that'll do it here for the 4th and Go wild card game. Final score once more, 31-21. LA Rams victorious. See you next time, folks, and hopefully we get more games this afternoon because I will be around. So just hit me up. Take care, and peace.